Chapter 23-23. Chapter 23-23, Father and Son Reuniting? Chapter 23-23. Chapter 2323 Father and Son Reuniting in Land City. After seeing Lu Ming's appearance, he could not help but widen his eyes and shout. The others were also dumbfounded. How is that possible? Lu Ming, isn't he dead? Lan Yun, Heng Xinghe, Yuan Xan, and the others also roared in disbelief. On the other hand, Huang Ling, Long Chen, Bubbles, and the others were overjoyed. One was wondering who had such powerful combat strength. It's Lu Ming. It's too shocking. How many years has it been since Lu Ming became a martial emperor? He's actually able to suppress Shen Yuan Yi and is invincible in his generation. It's simply unbelievable. He only used his physical strength just now. He didn't use the power of laws. Indeed, hiss. The surroundings were in a clamor, and the sounds of discussion converged. The main thing was that Lu Ming's reputation was too great. Back then he had become a great emperor with many laws. This was unprecedented. As soon as he became a great emperor, he defeated one of the 9 absolutes, the Black Tortoise Forest, and shook the entire heaven realm. A few years later he defeated and captured a prince of the alien race outside Two World City. That battle pushed Lu Ming's reputation to the peak. However, it was nothing compared to today's battle. In today's battle, Lu Ming had defeated Shen Yuan Yi and ascended to the throne of number 1 among the younger generation of the Tian Yuan world and the Yuan world. It seemed that every time Lu Ming appeared, his combat strength would increase by leaps and bounds at a shocking speed. Fa? Father. At this moment, Lu Xinhuang stood up and stared at Lu Ming without blinking. His face was filled with surprise, anticipation, curiosity, and other emotions. Lu Ming also heard Lu Xinhuang's voice. He turned to look at Lu Xinhuang and their eyes met. Lu Ming nodded slightly and smiled. Lu Xinhuang took in a deep breath and suppressed his excitement. He stepped forward onto the fighting ring and faced Lu Ming. His mother's comments about his father rang in his mind. Unparalleled in the world. Seeing it today, it was indeed so. Father? Lu Xinhuang spoke again. Your mother is Xian Yanqing? Lu Ming could not help but ask. Even though he already knew that Lu Xinhuang's mother was definitely Xian Yanqing, he still could not help but ask to confirm. Yes, I am. Lu Xinhuang nodded his head firmly. A smile appeared on Lu Ming's face. Looking at Lu Xinhuang, who looked 70 to 80% similar to him, he had an inexplicable feeling in his heart. She didn't expect to have a son after a short separation with Xian Yanqing. Divine wilderness, retreat to the side. After I settle the matter here, I will go with you to find your mother. Lu Ming said. I'm okay. Lu Xinhuang nodded and retreated to his seat. Lu Ming turned around and faced Lan Cheng. At this moment, Lan Cheng's face revealed a ferocious expression, and his eyes were filled with killing intent. Lu Ming, you still dare to appear here? Good, very good. Lan Cheng said coldly. Why can't I be here? Lu Ming asked with a cold smile. A few years ago, on the battlefield outside the Two World City, you killed the beings of the heaven realm and seized their treasures and resources. This is a serious crime and you have to pay with your life. Lan Cheng coldly said. Ah, what a good thief, crying thief caught thief. In that case, I'll explain everything today. Lu Ming laughed heartily. Then he recounted how the Lan family and the Yen family had besieged him and how Bai Tai and the rest had arrived, but the Lan family and the Yen family had killed them to keep their mouths shut. There's actually such a thing. Many people's gazes flickered, and they revealed thoughtful expressions. Back then, the Lan family had announced to the public that Lu Ming had killed people and robbed them of their treasures. The Lan family and the Yen family had come across them and attacked Lu Ming according to the rules of Two World City. Could it be that there was such a secret? Simply a bunch of nonsense. Lan Qing berated. Nonsense? I suspect that the people of the Lan family were ordered by you, Lan Qing, to seize my indestructible ancient scroll. In the end, when they were discovered, you killed them and framed me. Such an act is not worthy of being called a big family in the heaven realm. In my opinion, the one who should be punished is you, the Lan family. Lu Ming shouted. Impudent! How dare you slander me? Today, no matter how glib your tongue is, you'll be punished. Men, take Lu Ming down, cripple his cultivation and put him in jail. Lan Qing shouted. Bang! Bang! Immediately, 2 experts from the Lan family stepped out. They exuded a powerful aura and rushed towards Lu Ming. These were 2 great emperors and they were extremely powerful. Let's see who dares to? Heavenly Emperor Heng Yu shouted coldly as a terrifying aura erupted from his body. With a wave of his hand, a huge hand formed and pressed down on the 2 Lan clan heavenly emperors. Heng Yu, "I'm afraid that it's not up to you to protect Lu Ming." Lan Qing roared and rushed out. His Heavenly Emperor Realm Cultivation base also burst out. He pressed his big hand and a Heavenly Lion roared and pounced toward the Hangyu Heavenly Emperor's big hand. Boom! A deafening explosion was heard, and Lan Qing's expression changed drastically. His body was sent flying, and he looked at the Eternal Universe Heavenly Emperor in shock. He was no match for Heavenly Emperor Hangyu, and he was forced to retreat with a single strike. At the same time, the two great emperors of the Lan clan were also sent flying by the residual force of the Hangyu Heavenly Emperor's attack. "Hangyu, do you think you can break the rules of the Heaven Realm by yourself? Did he want to fight against everyone? Lu Ming has committed a crime and must be punished." Lan Qing roared. "The ones who are guilty are the Lan family. The ones who are going against the Heaven Realm are the Lan family." Lu Ming shouted. "What a load of nonsense." Lan Qing said. "Hee, if what I said is a bunch of nonsense, then what you said, isn't it all bullshit?" Lu Ming berated coldly. "How audacious!" Lan Qing bellowed. Lu Ming was a junior, yet he dared to go against him and talk back to him at every turn. How presumptuous! He was so furious that he wished he could kill Lu Ming with a slap. "Fellow Taoists, give me a hand." Lan Qing's gaze turned to the Yin family's Heavenly Emperor, the Luo family's Heavenly Emperor, and the Vast Expanse Shrine Master. These forces were all on good terms with the Lan family, and even had marriage relations with the Lan family. Lu Ming killed his fellow Taoists in the Heaven Realm and seized their treasures. In my opinion, he could rise so quickly because of this method. He is guilty of a great crime and should be punished. The Yin clan's Heavenly Emperor stepped out and stood side by side with Lan Qing. Their powerful auras burst forth as they fought against the Eternal Universe Heavenly Emperor together. "That's right. We must capture Lu Ming today, cripple his cultivation, and interrogate him strictly." The Heavenly Emperor of the Luo clan also stepped out. Then two more people stepped out. They were both at the Heavenly Emperor realm. One of them was the Lord of the Vast Expanse Palace and the other was the Master of the Xingxing River. They were both terrifying Heavenly Emperor powerhouses. The 5 Heavenly Emperor powerhouses stood together, and their aura was shocking. "Hangyu, I've said it before. You can't stop us alone today. We must take Lu Ming down." Lan Qing sneered and glared at Lu Ming. He stretched out his hand and the terrifying power condensed into a huge hand that grabbed at Lu Ming. "You dare!" Heavenly Emperor Hangyu roared. Chapter 23-24. Chapter 23-24, Everyone Shocked. Chapter 23-24. Chapter 2324 Everyone shocked. Heavenly Emperor Hangyu let out a long howl as heavenly Tao might burst forth, causing the entire world to tremble. It was terrifying to the extreme. Boom. The Hangyu Heavenly Emperor made his move. A combat sword appeared in his hand, and he slashed at Lan Qing. "Hangyu, I'll fight you." The master of the Eternal Star River was a gray-robed elder. He made his move and struck out a palm toward the Hangyu Heavenly Emperor. The two of them exchanged a blow and were evenly matched. The master of the Eternal Star River was also an extremely terrifying existence. He was an expert even among the Heavenly Emperors and was not weaker than the Eternal Universe Heavenly Emperor. At this moment, the huge hand from Land City was already approaching Lu Ming. However, Lu Ming stood calmly on the fighting ring. His expression did not change as if he had not seen Lan Qing's attack. At this moment, an old man suddenly appeared beside Lu Ming. The old man's face was calm as he threw out a punch. This punch did not have the slightest surge of energy, nor did it contain any power of laws. It was just pure strength. However, when this punch was thrown out, Lan Qing's big hand directly exploded. The terrifying fist force continued to blast toward Lan Qing. Lan Qing's expression changed and he hurriedly used a divine art. A heavenly lion pounced out. There was a loud boom and Lan Qing's body trembled. He could not help but retreat. He looked at the old man beside Lu Ming in shock. "Immemorial body cultivator, you're an immemorial body cultivator, a body cultivator of the Heavenly Emperor realm. Who are you?" Lan Qing roared in shock. He did not expect that Lu Ming would have a Heavenly Emperor with him. Moreover, it was a body cultivator that he had never seen before. A Heavenly Emperor realm body cultivator. In the crowd, Baoda eyes emitted an excited light. At the scene, the others were also shocked. There was a Heavenly Emperor-level body cultivator by Lu Ming's side, helping him at the critical moment. Ancient body cultivators were almost lost to the present day. There were very few people who cultivated it, and even fewer who could successfully cultivate it. Today, in the Heaven realm, there was only one known physical cultivator who could reach the Heavenly Emperor realm, but it was definitely not the person in front of him. Could it be that this body cultivator hasn't come out and has been living in seclusion? Someone guessed. Fellow Taoist, are you going to make an enemy out of me and the Lan family just because of a junior? Lan Qing stared at the old man and spoke coldly. His words revealed a hint of threat. Whoever dares to touch him, I'll kill him with one punch. The old man pointed at Lu Ming and said indifferently. It was very simple and clear, but it made people stunned. He would kill anyone who dared to touch Lu Ming with one punch. This caused many people to gasp. This was something that a heavenly emperor had said, so no one would doubt it. Lan Qing's face also darkened. He said, I'm afraid that you alone won't be enough. The Yen, Luo, and Vast Expanse Palace lords also unleashed their terrifying auras toward the elder. However, in the next moment, 3 more elders appeared beside Lu Ming. They were dressed in the same way as the previous elder. Their faces were calm, but a terrifying aura burst out, crushing the auras of the Yen family Celestial the Arch and the others. In the city of Lan, the Celestial the Arch of the Yen family and the others narrowed their eyes in disbelief. Heavenly Emperor, all of them were Heavenly Emperor realm powerhouses, and they were all body cultivators. How was this possible? At the scene, the others were also shocked and dumbfounded. Lu Ming had so many Heavenly Emperor powerhouses by his side. This force was too terrifying. The Lan family could not do anything to Lu Ming. Damn it, how is this possible? Where did these experts come from? Lan Qing roared in his heart. As a Heavenly Emperor, he had seen or heard of all the Heavenly Emperors in the Taiqing Heavenly region. However, he had never heard of these elders. So many Heavenly Emperor realm body cultivators, where did they come from? Could it be one of those old monsters hiding in the dark? Lan Qing couldn't help but think. There were naturally some hidden old monsters in the Taiqing Heavenly region or the primordial realm. Their cultivation strength was terrifyingly strong, and they usually cultivated in seclusion. Only when the alien races launched a truly terrifying war would these strong cultivators come out. At this moment, many thoughts flashed through Lan Qing's mind. Blue City, hand over all the people who tried to kill me on the battlefield as well as the people who killed Senior Bai Tai and the others. Also, hand over all the people from the Yen clan. I want to see them all. Lu Ming took a step forward and glared at Lan Qing. His voice spread throughout the entire area. Lu Ming would not let off any of those who had attacked him. All of them had to die. Preposterous. Those people were clearly killed by you, and now you actually want me to call for help. Lan Qing roared. At this moment he still insisted that Lu Ming killed him and snatched his treasure. Lu Ming, although I don't know where you found your helpers, the Lan family is not afraid of you. Lan Qing continued to speak loudly, and a shocking aura burst out from his body. The Yen, Luo, and Vast Expanse Palace Heavenly Emperors also raised their auras to the maximum. The heavens and earth were filled with the terrifying pressure of the Heavenly Tao. Bang, bang, bang. A few body cultivators took a small step forward. This small step caused the entire ground to shake, and the fighting stage under their feet turned into dust. Lan Qing's group's expressions changed slightly, and they couldn't help but take a few steps back. In the clash of auras, they were at a disadvantage, and this made their expressions extremely ugly. Everyone, are you going to just watch as Lu Ming acts arrogantly? This guy killed people and stole their treasures. His character is extremely vile, but he's very talented. We can't let him continue to grow. Lan Qing looked at the others. Today there were not only Heavenly Emperors from the Yen family and the Luo family. There were also a few other Heavenly Emperors, but they didn't have a good relationship with the Lan family, so they didn't attack. At this moment the eyes of these people flickered. They were considering whether to help the Lan family or not. The talent that Lu Ming had displayed was too shocking. If this continued, he would become a peak expert sooner or later. Moreover, he had the help of many powerful experts by his side. They had offended Lu Ming. If Lu Ming did not die, they would be the ones in trouble in the future. Therefore these people were hesitant. I'm definitely going to get those people today. Lu Ming said coldly and then sent a message. Boom, boom, boom. Just as Lu Ming sent out the news, a violent roar came from the depths of the sky. Then the sky split open, and a huge palace appeared in the depths of the sky. Above it there was a gray fog. This is Primal Chaos Palace. Many people's pupils contracted in shock. The Primal Chaos Palace of the Primal Chaos Emperor was extremely famous in the Heaven Realm. Although the Primal Chaos the Arch had died long ago, he had left behind some powerful puppets. More than 10 years ago, they had fought in another battlefield and displayed terrifying strength. Why had the Primal Chaos Hall suddenly appeared here? Everyone was puzzled. At this moment, 9 beams of light flew out from the primal chaos palace. They were 9 figures, each of them exuding an astonishing aura. The celestial emperor. The aura of the heavenly emperor. The 9 figures were all heavenly emperors. Chapter 23-25. I'm not here to reason. Chapter 23-25. I'm not here to reason. In the blink of an eye, 9 figures emerged from the primal chaos palace and stood in the sky above the square. At the scene, everyone held their breath. This was because these 9 figures were all at the heavenly emperor realm. 9 heavenly emperors had come all at once. What a terrifying force this was. Lu Ming's lips curled into a smile. These 9 people were Earth 1, Gold 1, and the others. They had been in the vicinity for a long time. They only appeared when Lu Ming sent them a voice transmission. So it's the Dao brothers of the primal chaos palace. The daughter of my land family is getting married today. I didn't expect that all of you would be here. It's an honor. Lan Qing had a bright smile on his face as he greeted Earth 1 and the rest. However, Earth 1 and the rest ignored Lan Qing and flew directly to Lu Ming. They then bowed to Lu Ming. This subordinate greets the young master. What? Everyone was stunned. Most of the people had a dazed look on their faces. Their eyes were wide open and their mouths were agape. At this moment they seemed to have become idiots. What did the 9 heavenly emperors of the Chaos Hall call Lu Ming? Young master? The 9 heavenly emperors of the Chaos Hall were Lu Ming's subordinates? At this moment, many people felt that their brains had turned into mush, and it was difficult for them to think. They even thought that they were dreaming. Lan Qing's expression also froze. His eyes were wide open with disbelief, followed by a trace of fear. Even the Hengyu heavenly emperor and the other elders were a little surprised. They did not expect that Lu Ming had so many terrifying powerhouses behind him. Lu Ming is Lu Ming indeed. Long Qin desolately and the others sighed. Nest, I want to hang out with Lu Ming. They'll follow him no matter what in the future. I'm not a dog. The unscrupulous monk chanted the name of Buddha madly. Is this my father? Lu Shenhuang mumbled as he looked at the figure standing among the many heavenly emperors. It was as if the stars were surrounding the moon. At this moment, Lu Shenhuang felt a little proud. This was because this person was his father. Although it was the first time they had met, he still felt proud and excited. Primal Chaos Hall, damn it. All of this should have been mine. What? In the crowd, Yuan Xian was roaring in her heart. Her eyes were red with jealousy. Yuan Xian had seen Earth 1 and the rest back then. Back then, Yuan Xian and the others had told him that he had to defeat Lu Ming in order to become the young master of the Chaos Hall. However, Lu Ming had defeated him in the end, and he had naturally lost the right to inherit the Chaos Hall. What he didn't expect was that Earth 1 and the rest were actually powerhouses of the Heavenly Emperor realm. This made him go crazy with jealousy. How great would it be if he inherited all of this? But now he could only roar in his heart and didn't dare to make a sound. He was extremely sullen. Seniors, there's no need to be so polite. I've troubled all of you today. Lu Ming smiled. Young master's enemies are our enemies. Tui said. He then turned around and looked at Lan Qing and the others. The 9 heavenly emperors' auras were so terrifying that Lan Qing and the others' expressions changed drastically as they retreated. The difference was too great. There were more than a dozen heavenly emperors on Lu Ming's side. They completely crushed Lan Qing and the others. Their expressions were extremely ugly. Hand over those people from back then, not a single one less. Lu Ming stared at Lan Qing and said coldly. Lu Ming, you're the one who killed them and stole their treasures. The people of the Land family are only following the rules of the Heaven realm. That's why we're hunting you down. Yet, you harbor a grudge and want to kill them. This is outrageous. How can there be such a reason in the world? Lan Qing bellowed angrily and continued to quibble. He used the Heaven realm's rules to pressure Lu Ming. Lu Ming sneered. He had already lost his patience and was too lazy to argue with the other party. Lan Qing, you don't have to quibble here. You're using the Heaven realm's laws to pressure me. I'm not here to reason with you today. I'm here to take someone back. You have to hand him over even if you don't want to. Do you understand? Lu Ming said indifferently. These words made many people's hearts tremble, and they were shocked beyond words. Lu Ming's words were very obvious. They were not here to reason but to demand for the person. The Land family had to hand the person over regardless of whether they wanted to or not. This was to force the Land family to hand over their people. A junior was actually forcing a heavenly emperor. No, not just a heavenly emperor but several powerful forces. This was extremely domineering. Many young people's blood boiled as they watched. In the city of Lan, the Yin family's celestial the Arch and the others looked terrible. If not for the fact that there were too many experts standing beside Lu Ming, they would have slapped him to death long ago. But now they could only endure it. Hurry up and call for reinforcements. If the Lan family doesn't hand over their people today, I will slaughter 10,000 people from the Lan family and 10,000 people from the Yen family to be buried with Senior Bai Tai. Lu Ming said coldly. He had already lost his patience. You dare. In Lan City, the Yen clan's Celestial the Arch bellowed. Why not? Kill. Lu Ming shouted and rushed to the Lan family's area where countless Lan family disciples were gathered. You're looking for death. Lan Qing bellowed in anger and wanted to deal with Lu Ming. However, Earth One threw a punch and mountains appeared, forcing Lan Qing to retreat. A great emperor from the Lan family was about to make a move. Gold One appeared and a terrifying aura burst out. All the great emperors from the Lan family vomited blood and retreated. Kill? Lu Ming let out a long howl and threw a punch. Bang, bang. There were 7 to 8 true Emperor Realm powerhouses from the Lan family who were blown up by Lu Ming, their flesh and blood flying everywhere. Lu Ming showed no mercy to the Lan family. Bai Tai was killed by the Lan and Yen families. He must take revenge. Lu Ming, you're crazy. You killed the Heaven Realm's experts. These people are the forces against the alien race, but you killed your own people. Are you a spy for the alien race? Lan Qing roared. He was about to go crazy. Lu Ming was too decisive. He attacked immediately and killed the Lan family's experts. At this moment, the people of the Lan family scattered in fear. Haha, these pieces of trash can't even kill a few outsiders. I alone can kill 1,000 times, 10,000 times the number of non-humankind beings. I alone can fight against an army of 10,000 men and horses. Kill. Lu Ming let out a long howl and threw another punch. A few Lan family experts were blown up. Run, run. Lan Yun was also mixed in with the crowd. He was running away in fear. To him, Lu Ming was simply a lunatic. However, at the next moment he shouted in horror because Lu Ming had his eyes on him. Lu Ming appeared above his head in a flash and stomped on Lan Yun's face. Lan Yun screamed in pain and his body fell heavily to the ground. He kept screaming in pain. Let go of Lan Yun. Lan Qing bellowed, his eyes red. Lan Yun wasn't an ordinary person, he was a peak-grade Heaven's Pride expert and had the potential to become a Heaven Sovereign in the future. He couldn't die. He charged at Lu Ming with all his might, but he was blocked by 2E. Hand him over. Lu Ming's reply was a simple word, his voice resounding and powerful. At this moment, the scene was silent and time and space seemed to have frozen. There was only one person in everyone's eyes, and that was Lu Ming. Who would have thought that such a scene would happen today? Lu Ming killed the Lan family's experts in front of Lan City and the Heavenly Emperor, while Lan City was helpless. Chapter 23-26. The Lan family's peerless expert. Chapter 23-26. The Lan family's peerless expert, the Luo clan's Celestial the Arch, the master of the Eternal Star River, and the others all had ugly expressions on their faces. However, none of them made a move. The forces that Lu Ming had brought were too powerful. If they made a move against more than 10 celestial thearchs, they would only be courting death. Young man, you've gone too far. At this moment, a voice suddenly rang out. The voice came from the depths of the Lan family. The voice was old and seemed to be filled with the aura of time. It was nothing to ordinary people, but when the Hangyu Celestial the Arch, Earth One, Gold One, and the others heard this voice, their faces changed drastically and revealed a grave expression. This was because this voice brought them great pressure. Ancestor, ancestor. Lan Qing shouted in excitement. Many people were shocked. Legend had it that the Lan family had a peerless expert guarding it. He had been hiding in the depths of the Lan family and was in seclusion all year round. That was a 4-star heavenly emperor. Could it be this one? Was the Lan family's peerless expert about to be born? Boom. Just as everyone was lost in their thoughts, an aura burst out from the depths of the Lan family. This aura was ancient and powerful, shaking the world. Even the Heavenly Emperor realm figures could feel the terrifying pressure, and their faces turned extremely serious. Boom. It was as if an ancient heavenly Tao was pressing down on everyone's hearts. Many of the weaker cultivators had to kneel down. Then a figure appeared in the depths of the Lan family. It was an old man wearing a coarse linen robe. His white hair fluttered in the wind as he walked through the air. Every step he took seemed to be stepping on people's hearts, making their hearts beat faster. We pay our respects to the ancestor. The people of the Lan family saluted one after another, their faces revealing wild joy. Haha, the Lan family's old ancestor has been born. Lu Ming, you dare to kill a member of the Lan family? You're dead. You're dead. I'm going to skin you alive and pull out your tendons so that you'll never be able to reincarnate. Lan Yun roared, his face filled with madness and malevolence. Is that so? In that case, I can't let you go even more. Lu Ming's expression was calm as he spoke indifferently. His voice was filled with cold killing intent. Lu Ming, what are you trying to do? Lan Yun's expression changed drastically as he roared. Bang! Lu Ming stomped down hard on Lan Yun's face. A terrifying force burst out. Lan Yun screamed in pain. All the bones in his body were shattered by Lu Ming. His meridians were also blasted into pieces by Lu Ming. Lan Yun turned into a pile of mud and collapsed on the ground. His eyes were wide open and filled with disbelief. He wasn't dead, but he couldn't even scream. The others gasped and looked at Lu Ming in shock. They thought that Lu Ming would not dare to make a move now that the unparalleled expert of the Lan family had appeared. However, he had severely injured Lan Yun with one kick in front of the unparalleled expert of the Lan family. Lu Ming, you're courting death. Lan Qing roared. The Lan family's patriarch's face darkened. The other party actually severely injured Lan Yun right in front of him. This was completely smacking his face. Young people are young and impetuous, not knowing the severity of things. Now let go of Lan Yun, kneel down and cripple your cultivation. The Lan clan's ancestor coldly spoke. Get lost. Lu Ming's response was only one word, get lost. This word made everyone's expression change drastically. Lu Ming was simply too audacious. He actually asked a peerless expert to get lost? The Lan family's patriarch's face turned completely dark as he said coldly, you're so young yet you don't know your place. I'll teach you a lesson on behalf of your elders. As soon as the Lan family's patriarch finished speaking, he took a step forward and charged toward Lu Ming at an astonishing speed. However, the next moment an old man appeared in front of Lu Ming. He was a grand elder of the body cultivators. Get lost. The Lan family's ancestor shouted coldly as he stretched out a large hand and grabbed at the body cultivator grand elder. He was a peerless powerhouse and ordinary heavenly emperors were no match for him. However, this body cultivator grand supreme elder had a calm expression as he threw a punch. Bang! The physical cultivator grand elder's fist collided with the Lan family patriarch's palm. However, the result was beyond everyone's expectations. The Lan family patriarch's expression changed drastically, and his body trembled as if he had been electrocuted. He retreated continuously. One of his arms was deformed. As for the body cultivator grand elder, his body didn't even shake. Everyone couldn't help but widen their eyes. This body cultivator was actually able to force back the Lan family's peerless expert with one punch. This was too shocking. Could he also be a peerless expert? Lu Ming's expression was calm. There was indeed an unparalleled expert among the body cultivators. He was the most powerful grand elder of the immemorial body cultivators. So you're a fellow Taoist. I'd like to experience it today. The Lan family's patriarch spoke coldly as he pushed his strength to the limit. Boom. The Lan family's patriarch's body enlarged rapidly, turning into a giant that could support the heavens and earth. He struck out a terrifying move. A divine light slashed down violently at the body cultivator elder. Heavenly emperor powerhouses were able to borrow the power of the heavenly Tao to launch terrifying attacks. This beam of divine light contained the power of the heavenly Tao, which was indestructible and could destroy everything. However, the body cultivator grand elder still only threw a punch. This punch seemed to be able to pierce through the universe and destroy the heavenly Tao. Boom. The divine light that the Lan family patriarch had sent out was pierced through. The terrifying fist force pierced through the heavens and earth. The Lan family's ancestor let out a muffled groan as his body retreated rapidly. After retreating tens of thousands of miles, his body trembled and he spat out a mouthful of blood. Everyone sucked in a breath of cold air, their hearts in turmoil. The Lan family's ancestor had been defeated. He had been beaten by a body cultivator to the point where he spat out blood in one move. He was completely outmatched. How did this happen? Lan City, the other members of the Lan family, and the Yin family's celestial the Arch were all shocked and in disbelief. Even the Lan family's old ancestor was no match for him and was injured by a single punch. Lan Yun's eyes revealed a look of despair. Hand him over. At this moment, Lu Ming continued to speak, his voice getting colder. The Lan family's ancestor sighed and revealed a helpless expression. He understood that he was no match for the old body cultivator. If he were to fight, he would definitely be the one to die. Lu Ming, the Lan family can hand over the person, but you have to let Lan Yun go. The Lan family's patriarch looked at Lu Ming. Let Lan Yin go? Are you waiting for him to take revenge on me? Didn't you hear him shouting that he wanted me to suffer a fate worse than death? Moreover, in the past, Lan Yun wanted to kill me at every turn. I've already let him off a few times, but he didn't know how to cherish the opportunity. Then there will be no future. Lu Ming said coldly. Lan Yun revealed an expression of fear and despair, wanting to struggle with all his might. However, all the bones and meridians in his body had been shattered by Lu Ming. He could not move at all. Boom. Lu Ming's energy burst forth and bombarded Lan Yun's body. Lan Yun's body immediately exploded, turning into ashes and dissipating. A top-notch genius was killed by Lu Ming just like that. The eyes of Lan City and the other experts of the Lan family turned red, and their hearts were bleeding. The Lan family had produced many heaven's favorites in this generation. They only had 2 top heaven's favorites, but now one of them was killed in front of everyone. Moreover, he did it in front of Lan City, the Lan family's ancestor, and countless experts. This was a slap in the face. Chapter 23-27. Crushing a True Emperor. Chapter 23-27. Crushing a True Emperor. The Lan family's patriarch, Lan Cheng, and the rest were shocked and furious. Cold killing intent emanated from their bodies, and they could not wait to slap Lu Ming to death. However, when they saw the Eternal Universe Heavenly Emperor, the Body Cultivators, and the 9 Heavenly Emperors of the Primal Chaos Palace, they held back. With so many Heavenly Emperor powerhouses, there were even peerless powerhouses. This force was enough to wipe the Lan family off the face of the earth. Therefore they did not dare to kill Lu Ming. In fact, if they wanted to kill Lu Ming in the future, they would not dare to let anyone know. Otherwise this force would be enough to kill them. They were mad with hatred, but now they could only hold it in. Hand him over. Lu Ming spoke indifferently again. Lan Qing was so angry that he almost vomited blood. The other members of the Lan family were the same. The Lan family's patriarch's face was extremely gloomy as he squeezed out a word. Hand over. Go and find those people who attacked Lu Ming back then. Lan Qing ordered. Not long after, a few true Emperor realm powerhouses from the Lan family arrived. They were the ones who had killed Bai Tai and Lu Ming. At this moment these people looked at Lu Ming in horror. Yin family, where are your people? Lu Ming looked at the Yin family's Celestial the Arch and said coldly. The Yin family's people are not here. It will take time to call them over. The Yin clan's Heavenly Emperor spoke. He'll be waiting here. Lu Ming spoke calmly and really started to wait there. At the scene, everyone was discussing in low voices. No one left and they all waited here. Time passed day by day. Finally, a ray of light rushed over from the distance. The Yin clan had arrived. Some of them were the ones who had attacked Lu Ming back then. When they saw Lu Ming, their expressions changed drastically. They were in disbelief. They had thought that Lu Ming was dead. They did not expect that Lu Ming was not dead and was still alive and well. Then, an expert from the Yin family explained everything to the Yin family. He didn't tell them before because he was afraid that they would resist and escape. Upon hearing this, the Yin family members were horrified. They could not believe that Lu Ming had actually forced the Yin family's Celestial the Arch to hand them over. Back then it was the Yin family's Celestial the Arch who ordered them to attack Lu Ming. Now, the Yin family's Celestial the Arch was going to hand them over for self-protection. However, they didn't dare to make a sound. This was the Heavenly Emperor's decision, and they couldn't go against his orders. They still had their family and friends. There were dozens of people from the Lan and Yin families. Lu Ming's gaze swept across these people. He remembered each and every one of them very clearly. When Lu Ming's gaze swept over them, these people revealed looks of fear. Boom. Lu Ming took a step forward and the void trembled. I can give you a chance to fight me. As long as you can kill me, you can live. Lu Ming said indifferently. The eyes of the Lan family and the Yin family lit up. Even the eyes of the Lan family's patriarch, Lan Cheng, and the Yin family's Celestial the Arch lit up. Although Lu Ming had defeated Xinyuan Yi, Xinyuan Yi's combat strength was only at the level of a rank 15 true emperor. These people, on the other hand, had the combat strength of a rank 17 true emperor. One of them had even made a breakthrough in the past 2 years and reached the level of a rank 18 true emperor. Among them, there were more than 10 with the battle strength of a level 16 and level 15 true emperor. Such power was enough to kill Lu Ming. This was a great opportunity. Lu Ming was courting death. If he killed Lu Ming like this, the Heavenly Emperor of the Primal Chaos Palace, the Body Cultivator Heavenly Emperor, and the others would have nothing to say. Promise him that you'll kill him when you have the chance. He'll reward whoever kills him handsomely. I'll do my best to help you become a great emperor. Lan Qing transmitted his voice to those people. The eyes of those people lit up, especially the eyes of the strongest experts. This time it might be a blessing in disguise. As long as he killed Lu Ming, he would be heavily rewarded. Bang! Bang! Lu Ming stepped in the air as if he was a prehistoric giant beast. With every step he took, the air rumbled and he charged toward the true emperors of the Lan and Yen families. Do it! One of them suddenly roared and charged at Lu Ming. A single move would affect the whole body. One person took action and led the others to charge toward Lu Ming. There were dozens of true emperors, and even the weakest of them had the battle power of a 10th level true emperor. With so many of them attacking together, the power was astonishing. Dozens of attacks were launched at Lu Ming from all directions trying to drown him. Can Lu Ming be his match? Everyone's eyes were fixed on the scene. Boom. At this moment, Lu Ming made his move. He completely ignored the attacks in front of him and charged forward in an overbearing manner. The attacks landed on Lu Ming's body and were destroyed. Kill? Lu Ming let out a long howl and swung his fists continuously. Streams of terrifying fist force blasted forward. In front of him, there were 5 to 6 figures whose bodies were as big as watermelons. They were directly blown up in the air by Lu Ming. So strong. Many people's hearts trembled. Those 5 to 6 people were all at least at the 10th level of the True Emperor realm. There was even one at the 15th level of the True Emperor realm. However, they were still blown up by Lu Ming with one punch. After killing 5 to 6 people, Lu Ming did not stop and continued to kill his way forward. Lu Ming exerted the strength of his body to the extreme. At the same time, he also unleashed the power of the world and used a few types of laws. Lu Ming had only used 4 types of laws, but these people were no longer his match. Boom. A fist force as thick as a mountain blasted a big hole in the void and crushed forward. Where the fist force passed, another 5 or 6 people were killed. One of them was a rank 16 true emperor. This made everyone gasp. Everyone finally understood that Lu Ming had not used his full strength in his battle with Shenyuan Yi. Otherwise he could have killed Shenyuan Yi in one move. Shenyuan Yi's expression was terrible. Those below level 15 of the true emperor stage retreat and attack from a distance. Those above level 15 of the true emperor stage attack. Someone shouted. Instantly they formed a temporary formation. Those below rank 15 true emperor would retreat and attack Lu Ming from the back. Those with the combat strength of a level 15 true emperor started to attack Lu Ming. In particular, there were 2 level 17 true emperors and 1 level 18 true emperor. Their combat strength was the most shocking and they launched a sure kill attack. Die. Lu Ming did not dodge but threw a punch. An expert with the combat power of a level 17 true emperor was directly defeated by Lu Ming. Lu Ming's fist force did not stop and crushed his body. He let out a cry of despair as his body was torn apart. Buzz. Lu Ming's body spun and his right leg swept out like a long whip towards another rank 17 true emperor powerhouse. This person could not withstand a single blow. Just like the previous one, he was sent flying tens of thousands of miles away by Lu Ming's leg and exploded. What? Everyone was shocked. In particular, those who had fought with Lu Ming were shocked. They looked frightened and incredulous. The 2 powerhouses with the combat power of a rank 17 true emperor could not even withstand a single blow from Lu Ming. They were like babies. Lu Ming's combat strength was too terrifying. You're tuning in to the Han Li's Wuxia Adventures YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.